Yeah. Whew. This is the first time I'm actually making a proper video for IG. So Instagram. But the thing is that this is a whole talk about why I play golf. So yeah, why do I actually play golf? It has to go back to when I was 8 years old. It all started when I was like probably 7 or 8 years old. It all started when my dad was a raving alcoholic, a literal drinker. Me to a pub in Pelangi, if I recall as, let me try to recall, is it Pelangi? Yes, if it was in Pelangi, it was a sports pub, and it all started from there, literally. It all started from a TV, like there's two TVs from different sports, and I looked to the left and it was a golf channel, if I remember clearly. And it was a black guy playing golf, and the only black guy on that time was, let me see, Tiger Woods. It all started from that actually, and I told my dad, what's that sport? I have never seen that sport before, and he told me it was golf. And that, after that, few days later, it's circling through my head and gone through, and yeah. And suddenly I want to tell my dad, hey dad, remember that time when we went to the pub and I saw the golf thing on the channel? And it was on the time I think I was heading to my art class, and yes, I do take art classes, it's tuition thing. Took my time over there and told him I'm interested in that, and then suddenly my mom have a friend who also can help coach me. Hired him to coach me every Saturday night, where there used to be a golf range quite near to my house. And now it's no more there, which is quite sad. So it is kind of sad for me that it's gone, because me and my mom, like last year, always go to that range at night and just play a few buckets and have fun, because it was like peaceful time for both of us. But now let's get back to the chase, where the whole story is that from that on, every Saturday night, and this is how I started actually hate to play golf. I actually hate golf. I started from there, and it was kind of mediocre at best. This is the swing I had with Jackie. Yes, and I have a footage of my swinging with Jackie, and this is it. My swing go through progression from every coach, so just to tell you guys that. And how it all started, it was like a 1 hour session, but sometimes we don't follow the 1 hour session time. Usually it depends on me finishing the whole bucket, and then we will have a small discussion on what should we focus on, then we can go home. And I was that cheeky bastard, pick up 10 balls and chuck it out of the range as quickly as possible so I can finish it and go back home early. I'm that kind of guy. So yeah, I'm very dumb. So yeah. And after that, then let me see. Around the time that I left Jackie, I've been with him for 2 years. I don't know how long. I think it was 2 years with him, and then I have to stop. And then I played by myself. Then later on, I think it was like when I switched schools. The school has organized, but it's not they organized. It was a local company. It was Maybank Junior Golf Camp, National Camp anyway. So it was first held in Horizon Hills, and it was like a round situation. So I think there was 4 rounds, and I went to Horizon Hills, and it was all about fitness. So the first time it was about fitness. I was thought about we probably gonna hit balls or everything, but no, we actually was literally doing fitness, like everything, and there were judges around there scoring you how good and everything. And came about probably top 10 to around 20 people were selected. And when I moved to the new school, which was real school, and I went to Saljana, and it was in KL, and I playing there. They gave me some rental clubs because I don't actually have a set of clubs. And the time I was actually have a set of clubs for these clubs, La Jolla clubs, I have never heard of this company. It was juniors clubs, And that's all I got, and that's it. And I didn't bring it to Saljana, and thank God Saljana were nice to borrow me just set of clubs. And I played with them for a while. It was like a process about picking the best students out there in this camp, and I did not get picked because probably was bad. My behavior was pretty bad, and I didn't have the fundamentals or anything. Before I go to why, when I was at Saljana, I stayed in a hotel by myself with 2 other junior members, and it's very odd. The room is only 2 beds, and one of the guy insisted sleeping on a couch, and next thing I know he's sleeping on the table. So yeah. And go back to the whole story. Well, let's say I wasn't selected for the next round, was round 3. I did make it to round 2, which was Saljana, but I failed to get into round 3, and I cried a bit on the car park. My family will bring me back to the car, and so we can get back to JB. We met one of the judges, which was ended up going to be my coach in Kulai, which is Stephen Hugh, or Mr. Stevens, where I call him. We all started from there. We have a chat about fundamentals and stuff, and the next thing I know, I'm every Saturday morning, so it changed to from night to morning. Morning I go to Kulai and play and train over there, and it did work. I did gain more confidence in my game. I get more skills and everything. I'm even playing more tournaments, and yeah, and that's the best thing about it. I improved all the way up, but I never got to the tournament. I never got into a podium position when I was Steven. So that's the thing. That was the difference. My handicap at best was at the time with Stevens was a 22 handicap, which was to me at the time was decent. So that's all I can get. And after that, I've been a few years with Steven. Then at the time when he retired, all things changed. All things changed. I stopped literally 1.5 years of golf. That's a very big time of. I like a long hiatus from golf. That's a long. Before all this, I do play other sports. I play tennis. Gonna whack some shit. Yeah, I did play tennis because that was one of the few sports I started playing, get involved in sports world, and tennis was one of them. And I did play quite long. I did play tennis for a longer period of time than golf when with Stevens. So yeah, and I play golf as a side thing. And then later on, on the time when I was in hiatus from golf. I went to a tennis tournament. It was the Johor Junior Open, and I played and I got my first medal ever. Actually, that was the first ever medal I ever got. Was a 3rd place, and I was quite pleased with myself because I actually got a medal that I actually earned. I didn't know anything about winning anything, but getting 3rd place, technically it's not number 1 anything, but for me that was a win for me. I feel like I actually got into the top 3 and first. At night, my mom told me to get into the office and tell me something that I should resume playing golf. And it took me a week for me to respond to that question. And I said yes, I will go back to playing golf. So in around, I think it's 2017, I get back to the game of golf. I played by myself, and the swing at that time wasn't up to par. Let's just say to that, it wasn't the greatest, and I was stuck with a swing kind of very stiff. And this was a swing before I find any coach first, and this was the swing. And I didn't get any swing tips. I didn't even get any video coaching things from YouTube or anything. So we found a coach, and it was Eric, I think that was his name, but I know I call him Eric. And I go there every Friday night, and we play from 7 to 8 p.m. And it was great. He did improve my swing immensely going through. And the experience was golf lingo, meaning the words that we say in golf that I didn't understand, like birdie at the time or eagle, anything, or kind of like with this and that. I didn't understand until the progression with Eric. A while that I understand, and he took me to another level, which is great, which I improved quite well, but it still didn't look the best. But this is what I look like when I'm swinging. This is my driver swing, so I don't have my iron swing, but this is all I can have. So this was the swing I had, and at the time being, it was kind of decent. I think I dropped to an 18 handicap at the time, which was a huge thing for me. I dropped a lot. And then more golf tournaments at the time, but not a lot as like my early time with Steven. But I play more tournaments which I'm reaching top 5, top 6 like every time, which I see that that's a very good thing. After a year with Eric, I think I started having another discussion about stick to Eric, but I'm going to have another coach with another coach that has more experience on the technical side of it. So find another coach. But the timing was the reason how I got into Permas Jaya Golf Club and the driving range over there was by accident and by chance. So it was me and my mom trying to go to our local range, but it was closed. So we find Permas and we went there and play 100 balls per bucket. So at the time there was Uncle and there was Auntie Grace, which will end up being one persons in Permas which I will chat a lot. Where Auntie Grace was actually John's wife, and the uncle who used to be in the Pelangi driving range every time always see me, he was actually the coach in Permas. So I was surprising to me. And then all things said, my mom did say, yes, I'm gonna bring my son here and play, and that's it. And when I'm back home and we had a discussion again and saying about you're going to have 2 coaches for now, Eric and John, and that's it. So because if you guys don't know what's the difference between Eric and John, here's the thing. Eric, he used to be a touring pro in Malaysia, and then he stopped and he became a coach. But the difference is that he's a casual golf coach, means like he coaches people to play casual golf. Where John wise, he can do casual golf as well. But the thing is that he has a long drive background. The meaning of long drive means he hits a ball 400 yards. Like he can hit a 400-yard ball. If you don't know what that means, here's an example.
Behind him, and he's going to put a little show on right here. I don't know if this Callaway driver can take it right here, the punishment. 217.
And that club head speed nearing 150. That apex obviously a little bit higher.
Look where this carries. Almost carried 420.
437.
437.
2010 champion.
This might go out of bounds, but this is far. Watch where this ends up. Watch where this ends up. This is gone. That's gone. Get your track shoes on. That was killed.
And that's he does trick shots and everything, but he has the technical side of the golf, and he knows what, and he coaches people and become professionals. And I have a friend who's a professional right now, and which was a great thing. So that's the difference between both of them. I'm not going to show you pictures of them, so yeah, don't even try to think about it. But I'm just going to show you some words that makes the difference between both of them. So I stuck with both of them. I stuck with both of them for now. Even still now, I'm still doing it. And then all this contributes to my game improving a lot. I'm not gonna brag a lot, but I'm not saying I'm cocky or anything. But it just shows that the progression of how my swing changed so much. And this is my current swing right now, which is to me now that's the best swing I have ever made in my life. Seriously, it just shows the improvement I have made from let's say currently now now it's 2020, so I'm 19 years old. Start from 8, I have like probably like 11 years difference, 11-year difference from the previous swings, my previous old swings to my current swing. So my golf swing changed a lot. So I stuck to it, I followed the fundamentals, and now I'm still doing it. Like now Eric usually I go to Pelangi driving range and train usually on a Friday, but now I do it on Mondays because I have more free time. Then John wise, here's the thing, if you guys don't know right now that I am doing a PGA course, a South African PGA course, meaning that there's a thing for it that I will I'm taking this course kind of like college, and behind all of it is that I'm having a choice to become a coach or own a golf course or something else, or it's just basically the whole lot about golf course, and I want to do something with it. But before all that, I do want to say this out loud. Not loud anyway. This is a video, and I do want to say that about this. My dad, a few months ago, saying about my habit is not very used to. It's like he's not used to this kind of habit. I'm really getting used to it because it's golf world. It's very different from him. And he said, I think you're best to just be a golf coach and don't be a golf player. Just stuck with it. And that kind of pissed me off a bit. It did piss me off a bit because the whole idea of it was, it all started from when I was a young kid anyway, where I actually wanted to play football as my career path, and it didn't work out well. And after when 2017, I think I just become a golf player, which should work for me, and it did. And after that, it kind of pissed me off that my dad thinks that I don't think I can, that I'm mumbling, doesn't believe that I have the capabilities, the ability to play in a professional round and reach to the ranks. And that kind of stuck up to my mind and say that's not the way I want to see right now. That's just bad parenting to me, and that's not how you're supposed to show your kids. That basically me or any of your children, that's the way you should do. But I want to be a player, and I want to be one, and I want to be a professional player, and that's the dream. And I want to reach to the tours and all. For now, I want to play my best game in amateur so I can gain more experience on the course and gain more skills and knowledge in the game, so I can play professionally and train well and study well in the PGA course I'm taking right now. So all this will sum up to why I play golf, and the start from it was really horrible until now. It did change my whole perspective of the game as best as I could. So